Hi, folks. Welcome to today's talk with Erika. Thank you so much for joining me. Another fantastic show today. If you haven't subscribed just yet, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, now on Apple Podcasts. I'm also on Google Podcasts, Spotify, and Anchor. You can find all of those links in the info section. Now, today I have Eli Gonzalez. He holds many successful hats as a speaker, ghostwriter, author, publisher, and philanthropist. He is the founder and senior writer of The Ghost Publishing. He is a keynote speaker at writers' conferences, business and entrepreneurial events, as well as faith-based events. He's a cancer survivor and is the author of The Fierce Urgency of Now, which is the ultimate and intimate brutal journey he and his family endured as he fought cancer. Now, Eli, it is an absolute pleasure to have you on my show. Welcome.
Thank you so much. After that introduction, I was thinking, hey, did she replace me? That guy sounds pretty cool.
Hey, I got all this information from your site. You're a pretty cool guy. You've got a lot going on. You hold many hats and you're very successful at all of them.
Yes, the way to be successful though is, to know to get back up when you fall, and that's so successful is relative in term, because even when people are failing or have failed, they're still on their way to being successful. You can fail early and learn early, and even through that failure, be actually successful while you're falling, if you're going to be able to pivot from it and learn from it. So I take the word success, or thank you for the compliment. But I take it to mean it's maybe something other than different than other people might take it.
No, I completely understand that. And I completely agree as well. So thank you for pointing that out. That's
Yes.
perfect. Your ghostwriting, I have to tell you, that fascinates me. That is so fascinating. I've seen many movies about that. And so ghostwriting, how long have you done that? And how long have you had your publishing company?
Yeah, so I started ghostwriting a little over 8.5 years ago. It started off by a favor I did for a former pastor friend of mine. When I moved to Tampa, he, out of the blue, said, "Hey, can you help me write my book?" And I had been corporate sales for 22 years, and I didn't know it. I had never written a book.
Wow.
And I'm like, "Why are you asking me to help you?" And he said, "Well, it's a God thing. I just prayed on it. And I think that you keep coming to my head." So to make a very long story short, I told him I'd help him with it. I got so enthralled in the content. We ended up writing the book in about 9 days. He goes ahead, he submits the manuscript to the largest Christian publishing company in the country. And they had seen his original draft and had told him to hire a ghostwriter, and he didn't want to hire any of them. He went to me, who had never written a book. But when they saw my draft, he said to them, "Hey, the guy that does this lives just 2 hours away from you," because he's in Massachusetts. And lo and behold, they called me for an interview, and I went ahead and I interviewed on the strength of that one book. And they gave me an opportunity to ghostwrite. I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. I still do. And very quickly, probably in about 6 months, I became their senior ghostwriter,
Wow.
which was kind of like by default. So some of the senior people had transitioned out, so I got to work on I got to choose the projects I worked on. So as you would expect, Erika, I worked on, for the most famous people I could. So I worked with ministry leaders known around the world. I've done some books for some conservative political leaders. And after about 1.5 years of being there in total, I left there, and we have a great relationship still. I still do a lot of their editing for them. And I left there and I started to freelance. And after less than 1 year of freelancing, I had to bring in help because I, just started getting so much business. And now I have, so 6 years ago, I founded The Ghost Publishing. I am the ghost.
The Godfather.
Yeah, I'm changing to the Godfather now, and I'll get into that too. So I have 7 people that work with me full time. Just 3 of us meet here in the office. But yeah, to date, I've written 85 books for other people.
85 books. And I was going to ask that. Okay. That's a
Yeah,
lot.
that's a lot. I've
Wow.
written 85 books for other people, and I've co-authored 4, and I've authored 2. Or I've co-authored 5. No, 4. Right. So I'm at 91 books.
Wow. That's impressive and a lot. How long does it take to write just one book?
Well, the way we do it, it will typically take about 3 months.
Okay.
As a ghostwriter, part of most of the clients that we work with are very busy. We like to stay in our lane. We don't write fiction books. We write business books, faith-based books, and we write memoirs. A bulk of our work are business books, and so people are relatively busy and quite successful. So basically, we interview them a chapter a week. Same bet time, same bet channel. A chapter a week. We deliver their chapter to them 3 days after. Well, first, of course, we give them the outline so that they know we're going to interview them for. And it typically takes us about 3 months to finish a book. And because we do like one a week, I'm able to write about 4 or 5 or 6 books at a time.
Oh, that was another question I was just going to ask. How many do you take on at one time? So, okay. So you're not just doing one, you've got multiple. You'll be doing maybe 4 books at a time.
Yeah. And when I first started, I was slammed. I was literally doing six books at a time for probably about 6 months.
Wow.
Before I reached out and ghostwriting, and I don't say this to toot my own horn, because there's a lot of great writers, people that are way better than me. But ghostwriting is a special skill. When I first started to grow, I brought in authors who I loved their work, and I know they're great writers. And while they wrote great books for themselves, they couldn't write as if they were the other person. They couldn't find the other person's voice. And I realized that ghostwriters were just a different breed of writer. We're almost chameleons, almost actors, if you will, because. And when people will ask to see samples of my writing, I'll send them 4 different books and say, hey, the best way to judge if I'm good or not is if all 4 of these look like they come from a different person, like from a different writer. And a lot of people don't do that. And, they're not trained for it. There's no school for it, Erika. That's the problem.
Yeah.
You can't go to school to be a ghostwriter. So for me to find someone that could do that, it was really, really hard. And took the onboarding, man, I've used maybe 30 writers up to this point.
Wow.
And just failing and learning until I figured out how to onboard them, figured out a whole training system and a process that I converted into an online course. So I founded last year the International Ghostwriters Association. We launched it this year. So people will be able to take this course. It's a 3-month course. It's not writing 101. It's literally how to make a living as a ghostwriter.
Wow.
You have to be a good writer to come in. And then we teach you the interview process. We teach you the sales process. We teach you how to pay your taxes, how to pitch yourself at a networking event, and everything that you need to learn in order to make a living as a ghostwriter. And so my students people that already passed this through as beta testers, one of them dubbed me the Godfather of ghostwriting, because I'm going to be like blessing all these people with this career. Many people would love to make a living as a writer.
Yeah.
Yet hundreds of thousands of people every year that graduate with English degrees or journalism degrees, that 20 years later, they're selling real estate. So this is an online certification course. So once they graduate, they will be certified by the International Ghostwriters Association as ghostwriters, and that's the only certification.
That is so cool. Now, where can they go again, though? Let's tell them where they can, and it's an online course, right?
Yep.
Okay, where can they find it again?
Yep. So it's still under development, but they can find me at godfatherofghostwriting.com.
Okay.
And or theghostpublishing.com.
Okay.
So what I did was I had 8 people go through it as beta testers, and they enjoyed it and everything else, but they gave us such good feedback that we kind of took it off the market. And now we're revamping it, and we're going to come out with a big splash. Actually, this is one of the books I wrote here. It's called Words of Influence. This book is on how to write a business book. That book got me speaking gigs all across the country, into writers' conferences and a lot of entrepreneurial conferences. But I had since taken that book down, and the course is really content that I extrapolated from that book that I had up.
Wow. Wow. And you've been a speaker at many different, you've been the keynote speaker at many different conferences.
Yes, I got to meet one of my athlete legends. I'm a big Dallas Cowboys fans. And I
Aw.
actually keynoted a speaker with Terrell Owens, who
Very nice.
I cheered for him when he played. And to speak right before he came to speak, and we're both hanging out there in the green room, was one of the professional highlights.
That's surreal. That's
Yeah,
pretty cool. That's
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
cool. So how many would you say you've done, how many speaking engagements, and how long have you done that?
Oh goodness, I've been speaking now about writing, and well, I mean, I've been speaking now for about 4 to 5 years. You
Okay.
know, and I once I start something, I double down. You
Mhm.
know, I've taken conferences and courses and everything else, from Pete Vargas, who works with John Maxwell, and Grant Cardone and all these guys. You know, I double down with what I do. So obviously, because of the pandemic, I haven't been doing a lot of stage speaking, but there's a lot of offline speaking that I've been doing, like this here with you.
Mhm.
And because I've worked for so many successful business owners, and I went from a freelance writer to now having a real company. I don't only get invited to speak at writers conferences. Now I get asked to speak at a lot of business growth conferences, because I can teach how to grow your business through content,
Wow.
and all the secrets that these millionaires have used and put in their book. I had to interview them, internalize it, and understand it in such a way that I can write it word for word in a way that someone else would understand and comprehend it. So I was getting like free master. They were actually paying me to give me these amazing business lessons. So now
Wow.
I speak on writing, on the writing front and on the business front.
My goodness, you are a pro. I mean, like a real pro. You've got so much under your belt. That's phenomenal.
Yes, but you know, we're not done. We're not. We're just getting started, Erica.
Oh, I'm
You know.
sure. I'm sure. And I want to get your website out there to everyone. Let's go over that one more time. It's theghostpublishing.com.
Yep.
That's one of them. What was the other?
Godfather of Ghostwriting.com.
Godfather of Ghostwriting. Okay. And now you have another book, and I see it behind you, The Fierce Urgency of Now.
Yes, yes. So that book, I'm so humbled by what it's done. It debuted at number 3 on Amazon, and it
Wow.
stayed in the top 20 for 13 weeks.
Oh,
And
congratulations.
thank you so much. Again, I'm very humbled and honored. I had no idea it would take off that well. I've been so busy. I haven't been able to do a book tour, book signing, and I didn't put any money behind it. It's just taken off. And
Wow.
again, like you said, you know, it chronicles the journey that our family went through with cancer.
Hmm.
I had stage 3 throat cancer,
Oh, gosh.
and can I have a couple minutes to say the story real quick?
Absolutely. Please.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So the radiation was in my throat, and then 7 weeks of chemo. So Erica, it was the worst thing in the world, because what they do for that treatment is they do a mold on your face, and they pin you down to your shoulders. So you're laying down flat, pinned down, and this is right after throwing up, you know, almost nonstop.
Oh,
And then they go, and the technician leaves the room, and there's this loud machine that goes around you. And when I'm out there, I'm seeing how he's not paying attention to the person in there. I'm sitting there thinking, oh my God, if I throw up right now, I'm literally going to die on my own vomit. And
oh
it
my
was the
gosh.
scariest thing. I had never experienced anxiety before. I started to get so weak and so scared. I dropped 30 pounds in about 27 days. The worst of it came when I then get a blood infection, and I'm taking anxiety pills for the first time ever. I was so scared to go there and get under that mask. I still am a little claustrophobic from it. Um, then I get a blood infection. I get rushed to the hospital, and they do a blood test on me, and I'm about a point away in my white blood count of requiring what would be a potentially life-saving blood transfusion.
Wow.
And this is my aha moment. This is the moment when life took new meaning for me. It's about 1 in the morning. I'm having pain, trouble going to sleep, and I'm throwing up everything. So I'm having trouble holding down anything they give me for the pain. And I prayed to God in my head. I just said, Lord, if this is it, take me. Right? I'm 50. I've loved a lot. I've laughed a lot, but I'm withering away. You know, my daughter, she tries to smile, give me a brave face, and her bottom lip trembles. She goes to her room to cry. She hears me throw up. I'm like, forget about me. Don't do this to my family. If it's my time, make it go. Let me go quick. Don't let me be a burden. Don't don't do this to them. And I go to sleep, Erika, praying not to wake up. A few hours later, I wake up, and the first thing I think is, why am I still here? And it's maybe 4 or 5 in the morning, and there's nobody there to talk to me. I don't hear the voice of God. I'm just sitting there, and the sounds from the hospital room, and suddenly a thought comes into my head, and it's like, Eli, how ungrateful are you? Like, you're asking God to take you, but what have you done with the time that you've been given? And I started to think I started to think of all the times I spent wasted playing games on my phone, right? Just wasting time. Just wasting time binge watching shows on Netflix. And I have kids that live out of state. Instead of developing a stronger connection with them, like, and now I'm saying, okay, God, I'm tapping out, like, and I realized that that was such an ungrateful thing to ask for. When I've abused the time I've been given, and so I make another prayer in my head, and this time, if you can scream in your head, I'm screaming in my head. And God, please don't take me. I've got so much to do. Please don't take me. I promise to live a life of intentionality. Mm-hmm. That was my prayer. And I'm 100% cancer free. So
God bless.
God is good. My doctors are good. And so when I got home from that hospital stay, there was something in my spirit, something in my head. I knew I was going to beat cancer. And I started writing that book.
Wow. That is a phenomenal story. And God is so good. Oh, that's a phenomenal. Thank you for sharing that. That's phenomenal.
Thank you for allowing me.
I now want a copy of that book.
Yes.
A signed copy.
I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you signed for sure.
Wow. That is something else. You went through that. I think I was reading it was 2018.
Yeah. It was September, October, November, December, right about then of 2018. And I'll tell you what. So yeah, that was my last treatment was in early January. In February, I go to Miami for Grant Cardone's 10X conference, and that's how jazzed up I am to be alive. I still had the feeding tube. I still couldn't even feed myself. I'm there with a feeding tube with 33,000 people at the Grant Cardone conference over here in Miami. And I've really learned to appreciate people. I've really learned to appreciate patience. Just the little simple things that I forgive people in my head. Not like if somebody does something bad to you, you got to forgive them. Right. The person that didn't go fast enough, and now where I'm stuck behind them on a red light. Mm-hmm. I once you almost like die, like the little things really become little things. Yeah. And I've learned how to forgive people when they do little things like that before I would judge them for it or get mad or angry about it. So it's a fun journey I'm in now. And the mission, Erika, is to impact as many people as I can.
I like that. You really are.
Thank you so much. I love that we do that through the books, not only for the clients of ours, what the book does for them, but for the people that read the books. Mm-hmm. That's mm-hmm. And my name's not on most of them as a ghostwriter, as it shouldn't be. But it's extremely rewarding when some of my clients will call me and give me a good story or testimonial about someone that read the book and what it's done for them. It's just it's what life's all about.
That really is. That's phenomenal. So I take it you can't disclose who you've written for, clearly.
Not all of them. I can't.
No, don't.
The truth is that there's about 30 people that gave me permission to. Oh, okay. And I can, but those people are not the people that anyone that doesn't know me or this area or a certain niche wouldn't know. Right. Now there are some names that I can drop that are pretty big. So I just helped out a gentleman by the name of David Yates. Now he runs the Clearwater Marine Aquarium here in Clearwater.
Okay.
And he's best known for the two movies, A Dolphin's Tale.
Oh,
You ever see that
yes.
movie
Yes,
with the
yes,
little Winter the dolphin that didn't have a flipper or something? It did have
yes.
a tail.
Yep.
Harry Connick Jr. played him in those two movies.
Okay.
Dolphin Tale Wonders. So I just helped him with his memoir. Yeah.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
that's phenomenal. That's incredible. And I just visited over there at that aquarium. I want to say it was about 2015. That's
Oh,
that's impressive.
yeah.
Wow.
Well, listen, I'm 20 minutes from there. Next time you come that close, we have to have lunch.
Well, we have to. Absolutely. I don't live that far. I'm in North Florida, so just a couple hours away. We'll have to do that.
Yes, yes.
Oh, absolutely. I'm just fascinated by your work. I mean, with everything that you do, it's just, I mean, it's phenomenal. And then you went through the whole cancer and surviving cancer, and it's just changed your whole perspective. I'm completely fascinated. So
Yeah.
you've got a huge fan in me.
Oh, thank you so much. That humbles me. But it's all about giving back. So once I beat cancer, I just always had something in my head. One of these things that I had one of my bucket list things. In 10 years, when I have X amount of money, I'm going to do this. One of those things.
Right.
One of them was to start a nonprofit. But after so this is super exciting because this Saturday, the 27th, I have my first board of directors meeting for my team for my nonprofit.
Oh my goodness. Well,
Yes. So
congratulations on that too.
thank you. So basically, what we're doing is we're helping Hispanic students
Mhm.
that get accepted to a major college where they have to leave the home
Mhm.
that come from a single parent home.
Okay.
You figure that when someone's there at your house, they're eating from the groceries. It's not an added expense. My mother would say, "Hey, we're 5 eat, 6 eat." I should say that in Spanish. But once that kid goes to school, now that single parent, is probably thinking, "How can I feed him or her, or
Hmm.
how can I pay for the books now? Now this is an expense."
Hmm.
And really, I really believe that the Hispanic business community and the Hispanic evangelical community, these are the kids to get behind. These are kids that through education are going to become leaders and make things better for the Hispanic community overall.
Right.
So we want to provide a financial assistance to those kids, and those kids deserve our help. I mean, coming from a single mom or dad, and who knows how much freedom they had, or who knows if they had to be the older brother, whatever.
Right.
But whatever the case is, they stayed in the straight and narrow at least enough to get accepted to a really good school.
Hmm.
And so we want to get behind those people, those kids, and help that single parent out, and
Yeah.
also for inmates, Hispanic, who get out, and they're looking to reform and they want to enroll into college, but they don't have the funds to. We want to provide financial assistance for them so that they don't repeat the same mistakes because of need, because of hunger, because of lack of hope. So that's the what the mission our mission is. The name of the nonprofit is called Padrinos. That's in Spanish. That's the Spanish word for godparents.
I like it. I love how you answer all of my questions right before I'm about to ask them. It's like you finished my sentences. I love it. Just
I don't
go.
know.
No,
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
I don't mean just go. I mean, just take it over. You got this shit. Today's talk with Eli. I love it.
I don't know if that makes me a great guest or a terrible guest. I'm
No, no,
sorry.
no. It's perfect. So funny. I was just going to ask, what's the name of it? And there you are. If you can spell that for me, this way people know where to go. And of course, I'll have all of the links that we've mentioned. But let's let people know how to get there.
Yes, it's Padrinos. That's Padrin as in Nancy OS.
Okay.
Padrinos. Yep.
All right. I know it's okay.
And so that kind of goes with my brand because I'm now the godfather of ghostwriting, and now I'm
Yep.
godparents with so it's all under the
Oh.
big umbrella of just helping others. And Zig Ziglar said it best. I'm really driven to do a lot of things. Not really for me. Zig Ziglar said, if you can help enough people get what they want, you'll get everything you want. And I'm testing that theory out.
I love that. Do you want to add anything else before we go?
No, I think I I think I need to breathe. I think I've been talking for a straight 15 minutes.
I know. I love it because you have, not just because I've been sitting here taking a nap. No, I'm not. I'm listening, I've been listening to everything you've said. I mean, you're just phenomenal. You have had some amazing things to say. You're a phenomenal person and you've accomplished a whole lot, honestly.
Thank you.
But hey, when I'm over in your area, I do want a signed copy of that book because I would love to read that. I
You
can't
shall.
thank you. Yeah, thank you very much for being on today's Talk with Erika. This was, I mean, a wealth of information to say the least. So
And
I'm
I
going to
will
have,
say,
yeah.
I will say one more thing to you aspiring writers out there. Everything you want is on the other side of fear. Okay? Get through the fear, write your book, find a good editor, and publish it. Right? If you have a desire and angst to write your book, that's because people already need to read it. So stop messing around and write your book, and then have the confidence in yourself, in your ability, that it's going to help someone, even if it's just for entertainment. That's one of the biggest reasons why we read. So any aspiring writers out there, I have a free Facebook page called Writing Tips by Eli Gonzalez. I think I have 735 people there. It's free. Just knock and I shall open the door. It's a private group. But if any writers out there that have any questions on how to make a living as a writer, whatever it is, please go to my Facebook page, Writing Tips by Eli Gonzalez. And
I'll have that link up as well. And I feel like you're speaking to me personally. I've been wanting to write a book for the past about 15 years, and I haven't started that yet because I always feel like my story's not over yet. Well, that doesn't work because your story's over when you're dead. So
yeah,
you have to start now. So,
yeah.
but I feel like you're speaking directly to me because I would like to write a book myself.
Well, good. Then I'm gonna email you like in a month, and I'm gonna put you on my calendar. I have people I put on my calendar to just badger them. Have you started writing it? Have you started writing it? Have you started writing
I
it?
like that. I like that.
so
Perfect.
so we have it on video. You gave me permission to do that.
Yes.
So I'm going to do that.
Yes. Well, thank you. I can't thank you enough. Thank you very much. This has been phenomenal.
Thank you.
We'll
Thank you.
stay in touch.
I will. I will.
Thanks for listening to today's Talk with Erika. Join me next week for another discussion with the experts who help make life easier. Please visit my website, erikadelsordo.com, where you'll find all of my social media platforms and more. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Once again, thanks for listening.